Alright guys, day 2, loading out at the bark paw, and I start off down a truck driver and try my hand at driving Tiny. So stay tuned, see how that goes, and let's get this party started. Well, I'm not sure where my truck driver's at this morning, and I mentioned to get going, so we might just have to see if we can figure out how to operate this beast. Can't be too hard, right? It's just a big dump truck. So parking brake's the first thing we're gonna have to find. Found a parking brake, found the drive, found the gas pedal. Hope for the best. There we go. We're moving. That don't mean I know what I'm doing.
Go on back to that lower yard back there. That is.
I'll figure at least try one round.
Yeah, I backed it in up there and she hollered, go get that mic ready and bring it down here so we can get the grinder over the other place. Damn.
Well, I threw a load on there and I thought, well, I'm not going to sit here and stare at it. Well, he took the mirrors off and he's got all these cameras up here. And it is definitely a little bit different trying to back this beast with cameras.
Substitute driver. Okay, green horn, go ahead and say, okay, back are straight up, you're looking good. Okay, now straighten her up, that is straight up. Okay, there we go, one more, straighten up, two more. Curve to the outside, there you go, straight back, good, perfect, good short. Keep her going, keep her going. Yeah, that'll be my horse, damn good, right there.
Alright.
Good job, man.
This one here?
Yep.
We'll have to watch it in the camera. There she goes. Alright, back for another one. I was making fun of you guys backing in yesterday. Now I gotta try to do it myself. I think I'm heading towards the ramp.
Don't run over your bucket.
I moved it.
You're missing it, I know.
I moved it because I knew I'd be driving today. What's it looking like out there? It's nice having a spotter.
good.
Made
Seems like you're still 30 foot away.
All right, guys, that was definitely a lot of fun taking Tiny for a round. The most important part is we made it back safe, didn't damage anything, and got the truck back. And you can kind of see from loading this video, look how occasionally how hot some of this pile is. But a few things I want to point out here real quick. One is on this particular truck, especially whenever we get over here and dump, look how the bed of this truck is shaped. It's kind of got a belly to it, if that makes sense. See, and the bed stands up real tall. And I know if you guys watch Chris Let's Dig 18 a lot, he talks about this a lot whenever he always starts from the back of the truck and loads himself forward. And on this style bed of truck, that makes a lot of sense to do that because of the way that bed's shaped. And you can probably get at least one, maybe two more scoops on the truck for sure. And you'll see with this particular truck here, I'll start loading in the back and then work my way to the front, and it does work really well. Now, on the other truck, the Mack truck, it don't really make a whole lot of difference. It's just a flat bottom floor. It's got a big old tailgate on it. I think you can start at the front or the back, either one, and you're going to be pretty much the same load no matter what. And the other thing is from watching this time lapse, occasionally you'll see the truck stop for just a brief period of time, but for the most part, we just got back from dumping a load. He'll stop here for just a second. In real time, this is probably less than a minute. And here we go. Back up the pile we go. One truck in, one truck out. I mean, between these two trucks and that Traco, we had a very efficient operation going on. I think all parties involved were pretty surprised by the amount of yardage we were able to move with this setup. We were getting with it too. Also, check out that dirt, and you guys will have to watch it in the next load. Whenever you set it on there, normal dirt does not do this, but whenever you set it on there in the time lapse, you can kind of watch it settle down, which is kind of odd and weird. I'm kind of nerding out on you guys here about dirt again, but no, just a couple things there I wanted to point out. I mean, we had a pretty efficient operation going. Look, he come back, never even stopped, and back right up the hill. You see the other truck head out. I mean, it was just truck after truck after truck, and we ran basically 26 hours straight like this. Got a little windstorm or a little rainstorm blowing in here, but I'm gonna throw up a little bit of music, and I just think this is kind of a cool shot, cool time lapse here. Throw up a little music, let you guys watch a few rounds, and then we'll tie into the other half of this pile. We've been home for about 3.5, 4 hours today, and we got this whole area right here out. That's that road I had in there. We dug that on both sides. So we're going to have to switch this up, and I'm going to take off up through the pile right there, I believe, for the road. Pretty much the road's going to be where my tracks are at, and then I'll dig on both sides of it. So I'm going to get in there, get situated, get set up, start loading trucks out there. Another useful feature of the push blade, building a haul road whenever you can't find a bulldozer or a loader around here. It's not ideal, but we're getting by. I'll tell you in a minute if the truck gets in there or not. That'll be the telltale sign. All right, guys, we got our, whoops, hang on there. Got our new setup here. Tiny's gonna be the first one to get loaded out of here. I think this is a lot more solid over here than what it was over there, so I think we'll have less problems. We've only got one truck stuck this morning, and it was on the unload side, not this side. It was over on Phil's side, so we're doing pretty good. Can't get too far away from it. He's got to get over here a little bit. Better hard. Loads we're on. I've been home for about 4 hours. I'd say we've probably got about 40 plus loads in. I think this here is going to go a little bit quicker. It's some of the newer bark. Oh, hang on. This push blade works good for keeping you level, but if you get too far out over the side, you got the weight on the corner of that blade. It's not quite as stable as what would it be if you were on your tracks. So you kind of got to watch it. But this thing handles that bucket extremely well. I've been loading no Tiny down. This got on the backside of that pile over there. It's actually kind of like what it is here. A lot of actual dirt. She's doing good. I did get the old Mac overloaded one time. I guess they couldn't get the bed up on it over there, so I had to back off on it just a little bit. But we ain't been cutting Tiny any slack. We've been loading her up. See what I can grab from over here. Come on now. There we go. I guess they talked about grinding this stuff up, making some mulch out of it, but I'm afraid it's got too much rock and dirt in it, and they don't want to take a chance of turning up the grinder, running a brick or rock or some dirt or something else that they decided it wasn't worth the risk. So we're going to let it compost and, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 years, maybe 40 years, maybe never. Gonna sell it for topsoil. Which topsoil is very scarce around here, so even though you have to wait for it to turn into topsoil, it's probably more profitable to do that than it is to grind it up for mulch, to be honest with you. It's always awkward getting the first couple trucks loaded out of here on your new setting. But you kind of get in the groove and get rolling, it works pretty good. If we haul today, we're going to haul about a half day tomorrow. Our estimate of getting about 2/3 of this pile out of here is going to be very close, as long as everything keeps clicking along the way it is. You guys watch Chris Lex Big 18, he always talks about loading these trucks from the back to the front. On this style truck with Tiny, that works really well because that you can stack it up there in the back and it kind of makes an extra tailgate. The way these things kind of got a belly in them. On a triaxle or a dump truck, I think it's about 6 1/2 dozen together. It all depends on how you're sitting in position to load. Where you're loading from the back, the side, you're up on a bench like this, everything's easier to load. See so much better. If you're down ground level with the truck, especially that truck they got like 4 foot tall side extensions on that thing. They're massive and it's hard to see over the side to see what you're doing. I apologize if my window's dirty. I've tried to keep it clean. You get into the dust and all this stuff and it's just dust blowing up here off the sawmill. I gave up. I apologize guys, I just gave up. What do you think? One more on them? Oh, yeah. Wade's got that extra headache running up there for logs. We'll just use it for dirt. Heck, let's go one more. The other truck's not back yet. We'll keep slinging some dirt. That'll work. That's a pretty good looking load. So that's a pretty full truck. What do you guys think? Rolling out. Nice part about our haul road not being smooth, it usually shakes off all the dirt before they get to the actual log yard before they head across there. Got that truck out, hopefully we get the other one in. This will be a telltale sign of how solid our base is right there. I think we're going to be in pretty good shape. Oh, need to get over here closer. Can you get over that way and angle more this way? There you go. Right on her. That'll work. Alrighty guys, a little afternoon update. I don't know if you can see that area out there in front of us. We got quite a bit cleared out of there. I think we're somewhere around 80 loads for today. I'm sure I'm gonna get a lot of questions, or some people are gonna ask how many yards we moved, and honestly I have no idea. It didn't matter how many yards we were moving, we just knew we had to move yards. I do know that on average, and I've been kind of keeping track of this the last couple hours just for the heck of it, on average I can get between 13 and 14 buckets on Tiny, depending on how aggressive, and some of this bark and stuff, it stacks up higher so you can get it mounted way up. Like right now I'm in a lot of decomposed stuff, so it don't quite stack as high. But I can get anywhere between 13 and 14 bucket loads on it, and I can load the truck depending on what I'm digging in and where he parks at, and yada yada yada. Somewhere between 4 and 5 minutes I'll have him turned and burned and heading out of here. Now the other truck, I can get 13 or 14 bucket loads in that truck, and I have on a few occasions whenever I'm in just this light bark where it's light material and it's just volume. But if I'm in this heavier stuff like I am now, it's 10. If I'm feeling froggy, I may throw an 11th bucket on him. I just, I don't know, make sure we don't tear anything up. I'm probably sent him out of here heavier than what I should have a few times, to be honest with you. But it's just so enticing whenever you see that big old bed and there's still space left. It's hard to, it's hard not to feel it. But anyways, I can get 10, 11 bucket loads on him, and I can have him out in here in 3 or 4 minutes. I don't know what their cycle time is going back. I never checked that. I know Tiny makes the trip a little faster than the Mack. I think that may have to do with the driver more than the truck. But the biggest thing is that Mack dumps real slow and Tiny's real quick at dumping. We haven't really had any problems on this end. I've been a little sluggish getting that Mack truck back a few times. I'm guessing he maybe got hung up a few times there on the other end. Let's throw one more on him just because I think we can make it fit. But for the most part, it's been, I hate to even say it, I don't want to jinx it, it's been going pretty smooth. Probably going to run another couple hours this evening, about a half day tomorrow, and whatever we get, we get. But I'd say we're well over halfway through this pile at this point. Away he goes. But yeah, I'll check back in with you guys at the end of the day, and we'll go over and check out the dump site and see what they got going over there. But I don't know if you guys can see, we started off way over at them sycamore logs, and we're all the way across here. I'd say on average we're probably digging off 25 feet. It's deeper back towards the back here where they ramped it up, and shallower out there. But yeah, I can almost reach the edge. I'm so close, so close. So this will be the end of day 2 on the pile here, and it is it's disappearing, guys. I guess that's the goal. But we basically got from there over, and we're going to load out from here, start loading this ridge out and heading around tomorrow. I kind of got my runway set up, but we'll head over and check the dump site real quick. I ain't been over there yet today. See what they got going on there, and we're going to run about a half day tomorrow, and they're going to say whatever we get done is going to be good to go. So All right, guys, here's the dump site at the end of day 2. Yesterday they stopped right there about that wood. That actually goes all the way around the corner and comes out over there now, where they can drive around there. And this here isn't probably not too far. It's probably from about here on out, but as you can see, the farther out we go, the more elevation we're gaining here. So that's well, man, that's probably I don't know, 45-50 feet down through there, and then the hill kind of comes up going that way. But yeah, definitely grading some real estate over here. Hopefully in a few years there'll be some decent topsoil in here, and turn around and sell it. Some of it's pretty close to being sold now. It's just all mixed together. But between dozing it in, tracking it up, breaking it up, loading it up, and dumping it, should accelerate the process a little bit. But that's it. That's a wrap on day 2. Come back for a half day tomorrow and finish her up, get what we can get. One thing real quick before I forget, I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but we're sitting right at 190 loads between the 2 days. So I'd say we'd be able to get another 40 to 50 pretty easy tomorrow. So 220, 230 loads in there somewhere, which not bad. All right, guys, we're back for day 3, and check that out. The sun is out. Something we haven't seen here the last couple days, but got the fluids checked on the old girl. Let's get her fired up and get this party started again and again. Guess that's 2 agains for day 3. Let me tell you, if you guys, it's a lot cooler this morning, even though the sun's out. And if you guys can see what I'm doing out there, you're doing better than me, because between the sun and the steam coming off this pile, I can't hardly see anything. I guess if you hear a loud clang, that means you found the truck. Got one load out of here. Waiting on the other truck to show up, but man, I hope that sun gets up a little bit higher, because yeah, you can definitely tell how hot this stuff is this morning with it being a cooler morning and all this, I guess you'd call it steam coming off there. I don't know, maybe I got that wrong. But yeah, another layer of interesting here this morning. Alright guys, things have been going pretty smooth for 2 days, and for some reason we are on the struggle bus this morning. I cannot hardly see anything loading with this sun. This Volvo does have its fancy sunshade, which is handy because some genius forgot their sunglasses of all days. I'm not 100% for sure, but the old Tiny pulled out of here, made it about 20 feet, and it's sitting over there with the hood up. So that's definitely not a good sign. Guess we'll get this truck loaded, go over there and see what junkyard's got going on. But yeah, fun. And of course it's Friday, so that's usually the day everything goes wrong, right? Old Mac's still going on. Poor truck. I don't know how many jobs like this I've seen it on, and it just keeps on going. It don't get in and out of here quite as easy, but it holds just as much and keeps on going. I try to throw the lighter stuff on him, but it don't always work out that way. Well, let's throw one more scoop on him and we'll go over and see what junkyard's got going on. Not too bad loading that way. You load this way in the sun. Man, oh man. Well, I guess all I need to do is walk up to him and scare him because he took off again, so. Gotta love easy fixes, right? Comes the old puppy dog out of there. Oh yeah, that's a good load. you guys a quick little update here. It's actually turned into an absolutely fantastic day now that the sun's got up a little bit off the horizon where I can actually see, and we got temperatures come up a little bit and the steam's kind of went away, so that's all working out great. But we got about I don't know, 7-8 loads out of here. We don't have Phil on the other end pushing off, so every once in a while I'll lose the truck for a round because somebody's got to hop on the dozer over there and push off. But we're still trucking along pretty good here. Got to run for, I don't know, another hour or so before we're going to time out on this one and see how far we get. But I'll keep you guys in the loop. We'll throw the drone up in the air here and kind of get some final shots. Hopefully you guys can see the difference and see the amount of yardage we moved. It's kind of hard to show and describe on camera. Can't really see the pile that well, but hopefully the way we got this thing filmed, you guys will be able to see. I guess we'll just take a scoop of there right there since I dropped the ground. Kind of trying to turn the corner here. I got myself backed into the corner and I'm stretching a little farther than what I want to load on this particular one. I'm going to get rid of this tree lamp before it takes that hydraulic hose for y'all. But we about got the corner turned here, and then I'll be back to short swing loading. Makes it a little faster, a little easier on me, the machine, and everybody. It's going to be a little heavy on one side there, the junkyard. Can't quite reach the other side. Tried to scoop the truck, but I almost turned it over, so I figured we just leave it where it's at. We'll make it work. Take the bucket, push it across if I have to. Get you out of the way before you scratch my new machine. Wall or something in there. Imagine that. Chunk of wood and bark on it. Alright, let's throw one more on him and we'll send him on down the road. I don't know what load number that is, but it's well over 200, I know that much. Off you go. Have a safe trip. Alright guys, this is the one we've been looking for. Our time's up. That is the last scoop. I'll load 220. We're gonna send her and head out. There she goes. Alright guys, like I said, it's going to be a wrap on this one. We basically ran for 26 hours over the course of 2.5 days and 220 or 221 loads, somewhere in that neighborhood. But it was an absolute blast working with Logger Wade and the crew out here. Everything went really smooth, but I'll throw a couple pictures up real quick. They're not from the same angle, but I think you get the point. This is the before. I did about 1 or 2 loads out of the pile whenever Wade was actually running the excavator, and that's the after. And I think you can tell a pretty noticeable difference. Moved a lot of yards out of there. Everything went really smooth. All the equipment ran well. No major issues. The biggest issue we had was one broken chain trying to get a stuck truck out. I think out of 220 loads, I think that truck maybe got stuck 3 times. So that's pretty good. No complaints there at all. But guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And guys, as always, we shall catch you on the next one.